Hi, everyone. I'm really happy to be here. Hmm. All right. So this is how it shows up. And so we'll have like a little um, a slide. Okay. And the slide will tell you what it is that we're doing. All right. Okay. And occasionally it'll just be me. But for right now, this is the slide. And this one doesn't have like the full description of it. When we made this one, we went ahead and I had told her it was just like a clear ground and protect. But really, what it is it is connecting and then grounding and then clearing and then protecting your energy field how you would like to. I think that this class is going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to go for about an hour. I'm going to save a little bit of time here and there. What I would like to encourage is that as we move through this body of work, that you sit quietly and any questions that come to mind, you just type them into the comments. I have a whole section reserved for that. And I will do my level best to go through each of the comments within the time that we've specified so that way you guys can receive the answers necessary. So without further ado, all right, we're going to go ahead and dive right in. Okay. So let's talk about energy. All right. Energy is the animation, the push pull, the movement, okay, of cause and effect. That's the easiest way that I can describe it to you. We all acknowledge that it's there. Sometimes we call it spirit, sometimes we call it soul, sometimes we call it work or a jewel in science, or we call it other life force energy. Okay. So life force energy is the animation of what pushes your cells around and manages all of the beautiful, I want to say, traffic. Okay. In your, in your, I'm reading my little thing here and she wrote it down for me and I'll bring it back to you. But for right now, I'm just going to do this because that'll be easier for me. Otherwise, I'm a little distracted. I apologize. So, as far as energy goes, energy is a very, we're all energy. So, even though we have an agreement with tangible matter, so that way 1% of us can show up in a physical form as a human being to have this experience, okay? Most of the experiences that we're having are energetic. They're either in our mind or they're in our feels, okay? And neither of those is strictly tangible. They become tangible because we pull in enough energy to manifest that. We can manifest anything. We can manifest something that is super cool or super not cool. All right. And the idea is to learn how to master your energy so that way when you wish to kind of move it around, right? What breathes life? Okay. That is life force energy. That's what breathes life into the animation of you. And so we use energy in a variety of ways. When we work out, right, we are working up a sweat and a lather, but we're creating an energetic pattern that puts us into an entrainment. An entrainment is when more than one object goes into the same vibration. All right. And I'll explain a little bit more of that in a minute. All right. But anyway, it pulls us into an entrainment, a higher vibration. And we're vibrational beings and we are frequency and light. And the reason that frequency and light is what you'd be considered is because frequency bends light, and that's how you have images. Okay. That's like smoke and mirrors, right? It's so cool. All right. Now with energy, like sometimes we'll say my energy is depleted or my energy isn't where I would like for it to be, or I have too much energy, or I am okay. But those are the ways that we talk to ourselves about our energy. A lot of other ways as well. But those are like some of the easier terms to be able to kind of look for like a little measurement. Okay. So that you know that you read your energy already. This is not a new concept. This is a new language wrapped around something you already know about. Okay. And that's the beauty of this is this is stuff that's inherent to you. You already know that when you breathe, the amount of effort it takes to pull that breath in, that dynamic creates work. It creates work for your body and effort, right? In that effort, that's considered moving energy. All right. So you're moving energy in and out of your body with a breath. Okay. Your breaths are so impactful that you discard 70 to 80% toxins on the breath out. That's how much that effort by taking a breath is benefiting your body. Okay. And that's just one thing. That's just one thing that you do energetically that shifts your state of being. Okay. Energy is all around us, energy is us. So in metaphysics, okay, so in spiritual philosophy, because that's where I'm gonna bring this conversation. All right. Spiritual philosophy is like a cross of pseudoscience and spiritual beliefs, and most of them have been proved. And so it's kind of cool. All right. So, like the spirit of relativity was proved, and that was from Einstein. And what they did was they split protons, they kept one here on Earth, put one out in space. And when they did something to the one in space, the one here on Earth reacted at the same time. There was no difference. It was as if it was the same. And so when they found out that at the nucleus level of who we are as sentient beings, we are connected. And that is uh, that string theory that's out in the universe. Okay. But we are all interconnected energetically. So when you think about it, your energy is going to affect me. All right. And my energy is going to affect you. That sounds rather dastardly, right? But let's just kind of take it slow to kind of look to see like how we are consuming energy. All right. I banged my anyway, let's see how we're consuming energy. So we consume energy by the things that we do, but also the way that we think and how we feel. We are burning energy at fast rates, just fast rates, and we are pulling in energetic thought. And we pull in a lot of it and we get very overwhelmed. Okay. That is when you have too much on your mind. Maybe you get up from the table to go get a napkin. All right. And you're headed toward the kitchen. By the time you get in the kitchen, you've forgotten what the heck it was that you needed. And the reason why is because you've already satisfied yourself knowing that you can get the napkins. So now you're not all involved in the task any longer. Now you're back up in your head and you're down your rabbit hole. By the time you get there, you've passed maybe 4 or 5 subjects. All right. So mindfulness is a good practice, just like bringing yourself out of patterns, right? And a good thing that I did recently was I decided that I was going to practice a little bit differently because we all have so much on our mind right now. And what I decided I would do is that I would repeat to myself at least twice on my way to where I was going to retrieve something to further the process that I was already in, right? Before I started a bunch of other processes. I would just say to myself, okay, so I'm going in here to get this. All right, I'm going in here to get this. And I did that for a little while and that helped me out. Now I have a different loop, a different pattern. It doesn't take very long to shift. Once you focus where it is that you want to be and you create that succinct intention, it moves you into that as long as you step into it. That's the key. All right. Okay. So I think that you guys have a pretty good grasp of energy. Okay. And at least from my viewpoint as to how it is that I'm going to present it. All right. So here's some of the bullet points. Sometimes we can call it spirit, soul, life force energy, depending on the cultural aspect. We choose to call it life force energy that animates the universe. That's what we're going to refer to it as here. Okay. It's everything related to what you can touch, feel, or sense. We live by those patterns of energy. We use our bodies to connect with it. We're having an energetic experience and a physical aspect. I know that you guys have heard we're having a human experience as spiritual beings, different variations of that. This is the metaphysical approach. Okay. All right. So any questions that you guys might have, if you want to type them into the little comment section, Okay. And if anything does come up, like during the class, I would really encourage you to go ahead and post up your comments. The comments are going to be answered at the end of the broadcast. And I really do appreciate your patience and time. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to give ourselves an opportunity to meditate. All right. And this is how I connect. This beautiful video, you'll be able to come back to this repeatedly and use this connection video so that you can center yourself. You can watch this video repeatedly and still practice those things if you don't remember them. So it'll be very handy for you in the future. What you're feeling right now is I am introducing a vibration through intention into the field of the comments and into the connection of the people who are participating. And I'm accepting your willingness to become a part of this particular vibration. Okay. And it might feel like a gentle pull or swirl around you. Okay. And what I'm going to encourage you to do is to stand in the very center of your energy. Okay. Because that's what it is. You're becoming more aware of your energy field in a sensory way. All right. The pores of your skin will go ahead and feel, and like your skin is a great filter for energy. You know how we get like goosebumps when we're afraid, or like, things like that. You're like, oh, so that's really good. And your sensory awareness allows you to read the energy that's around you. Okay. And in this exercise, we're going to practice connecting. So the first part of this is like, where do you connect to? What the heck is that? Right? I'm gonna plug into the wall. That sounds great. I got a ground going on and everything. And that's kind of like what we're gonna do, but not in that way. We're not gonna do it tangibly. We're gonna do it etherically. So what I would like for you to do is to kind of contemplate what the God of your understanding means to you. All right. Is it a god, a goddess? Is it an entity? Is it a being? Is it the universe? Is it a doorknob? Is it a higher power? How do you address what you consider to be divine in your life that has your back 100% and loves you unconditionally? All right. That's where we're going to connect. That's the best space. So first, just drop into your heart chakra, right? You're coming into awareness of your belief system. It's your belief system. Yeah. It's your belief system. You are powerful. You are beautiful. You are your connection. You are your connection. Your belief shores up the connection to the divine that you are and that you have access to. Your belief. Even if you're an atheist, you still believe in wholeness. Connect to that, right? Because it's greater than who we are in the moment. And we can feel safe in that space. Okay? All right. So we're going to do a little connection meditation. I would like for you to maybe create a space, if you haven't already, that feels interruption free and free from distraction. All right. And then I would really like for you to begin taking deeper breaths that feel like they're coming all the way into your toes and maybe suspending them a little bit and then releasing them. You can breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth for right now. So maybe a breath would look like this. And do about 3 of these beautiful pranayama breaths. So you're breathing in prana. A beautiful golden energy of life force. And then release. Okay. Continue breathing. Breathe at your own pace in a comfortable way. And gently close your eyes. And I want you to become aware of the space that you created for yourself for this beautiful connection meditation. Notice if you're on pillows or a mat, if there's blankets around, if you're in a chair, how comfortable it is. And really just snuggle in. Allow your shoulders to relax, your spine, your hips, your feet, your knees. And if you haven't already, let's go ahead and close our eyes. So as you close your eyes, we're going to bring some of that beautiful energy of connection through you. We'll do it through element, okay? Through element, and this is intention. My intention is to connect to the elements and draw them through you, right? So firewood, earth, water, metal, spirit, air. Okay? And then I would like for you to bring your awareness to your heart chakra. That's going to be the center, the upper center of your chest. You can even place a hand on your heart chakra. You can imagine a beautiful, vibrant color of green emanating from your heart chakra. We're going to bring in compassion, gratitude, kindness, and allow those beautiful energies of support to come into your heart chakra. So breathe into the top of your head. Release, relax, 1. Breathe into your forehead. Release, relax, 2. Breathe into your cheeks. Release, relax, 4. Breathe into your throat and neck. Release, relax, 4. Breathe into your feet. Release, relax, 5. Breathe into your legs. Release, relax, 6. Breathe into your hips. Release, relax, 7. Breathe into all of your back. Release, relax, 8. Breathe into all of the front of your torso. Release, relax, 9. Breathe in to your shoulders, arms, and hands. And release from your shoulders down your arms. Relax through your fingertips, 10. Continue breathing. We're going to take your silver cord. We're going to cast it up to the God of your understanding, to your belief system, to the divinity that you are naturally connected to. And when I say connect, you will say connect at the same time. So here we go. Ready? Connect. Say connect. There you go. All right. And then we'll bring down that beautiful divine connection that's like Holy Spirit energy, right? Because it's divine. So it's holy and it's spiritual. And we're going to bring that into our experience. And we're not just going to stop by allowing it to swirl in and around us. We're going to let it continue to move around us and then into earth. Okay? All right. Okay, now take a deep breath in and release. Ah, there you go. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Usually that's a pretty deep meditation. It's very clearing. All right. All of these are they're meticulous layers to help you achieve what the goal is. All right. And so you can come back and listen to this meditation anytime you would like, and it will always connect you and it will help you center and make you more heart chakra, more heart focused. Okay. Heartfulness is the name of the game. Okay. All right. If anybody has any questions, you're more than welcome to go ahead and pop them into the comments right there. And I'll be happy to answer them at the end of the class. For now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on from our connecting, okay, into grounding. All right. What is grounding? I get that question an awful lot. And we think that we understand what grounding is. And it is a very physical action. It's energetic, but it's physical. So it's super sensory. That means that you feel it. And if you're not in your body, you will not feel it. And that's the indicator to let you know that you're not using the awareness that's available to you to pull it into your sensory filters, okay? And you're leaving it in your thoughtful filters, okay? Your thoughtful filters are great, but you need both. You need your thoughtful filters and you need your heartfelt filters so that you have a better experience of who you are in the moment when you make those decisions. That's why grounding is so important. The benefits of grounding connect you not only to the earth, but to the most powerful electromagnetic current that is natural to you as a human. It's all the elements of where you come from. So you're definitely connecting to your essence. All right, great. So it's like, wow, well, how do I connect if I'm like if I'm on the 15th floor of a skyscraper or something like that? Well, first, you have to know what it is so that you can replicate the intention, because it's an intention. When you step on the earth, let's say you do it barefoot. This is my favorite. Stepping on the earth directly with both my feet, well, my hands, my feet flat on the ground. I don't have one up or I'm not jumping around, just flat on the ground. Then I center myself again. Like when I'm doing that connection, I'll do it during the connection because it's easier that way. I do it all at once. This whole hour takes like maybe 3 minutes. But these are just succinct ways for you to be able to really get in your body. All right. So one way that you can ground is by movement, right? But grounding is not only embodiment, it is connection. It's connection to the earth and the electromagnetic field of the earth. Okay. So the electromagnetic field is your goal. That's like where you want to anchor your energy into. And you can do it through intention. I would suggest that if you've never felt being totally in your body and connected to the earth because you're standing flat in some grass and you notice that all of a sudden your energy drops to the earth and it kisses it, and you're just standing there and it just feels so connected, right? If you have not had that sensation, that feeling, then this may be hard for you to imagine, okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to walk you through the steps that you take to be able to pull in the intention to be totally connected to the earth, all right? Now, remember, at the very beginning, we started that beautiful toxic draw, okay? And it was fire, wood, earth, water, metal, spirit, air. And those are all of the elements, okay, that we're going to draw through the body to draw down into the earth, okay? So now you're connected as above. we're going to work on so below. Okay? That's why there's balance and harmony. As above, so below. Okay? I want you to once again return to your heart chakra. Bring your full awareness to your heart chakra and how you feel. And I invite you to have a feeling of gratitude. Some gratitude. That would be beautiful. You know, I heard a story by Greg Braden, and I'll share it with you while you're bringing in this beautiful feeling of gratitude. I know that a lot of people have heard of Mother Teresa, all right? And Mother Teresa, you know, I have a joke, which is probably anyway, it's like I'm not Mother Teresa yet. However, the story that Greg Braden told during one of his teachings was about how she was with the Sisters of Mercy over in Calcutta, India. And I don't know if you understand exactly what it was that she was doing while she was there, but I will share a little bit with you. There was leprosy in India at the time, and they had a belief that if a family member of somebody died in the house, that would cause more people to die. And so they would take the people who were suffering the most, that looked like they were going to maybe not last through the night, and they would discard them onto the streets. And the Sisters of Mercy and Mother Teresa would go and collect the bodies and bathe them and swaddle them in white cloth so that they would die in dignity. And during all of this work, right? So she's doing this incredible work in a very horrendous atmosphere, okay? And she happens to turn to one of the sisters, and she's gazing over at a cow patty. And she says, and there's a flower coming up out of it. And she says, "Look at the beauty." Wow. So in this feeling of gratitude that you have, right? We've held it for about for about 3 minutes. And that's about how long you would like to hold that feeling of gratitude. All right. Now that you're there, I want you to close your eyes once again and imagine the top of your crown. Okay. And start to feel the energy of your thoughts. Really come into a feeling of how many thoughts. See how heavy that is? Very heavy, right? So allow that energy to begin to just slowly feel like it's magnetic toward the earth, like gravity is pulling it down. Gravity is pulling that energy down past your shoulders. It's down past your scapula in the back. It's going past your solar plexus. It's in the middle of your back, going down. It's almost like a donut going around you. This is your energy field, and you're purposely and intentionally pushing and allowing it to go down to the earth. You're using the magnetic pull with gravity, and you're connecting your thought processes to the earth because they're metal, spirit, air. So we're going to connect magnetically using the etheric metal. Okay? That's our intention. And now it's probably around your knees. All right? You want to let it keep just almost like it feels like, dropping into around your feet. There you go, down into the earth. Okay? To where your body feels like, ooh, I'm really sitting in my body. I'm really laying in my body right now. I'm really in my body right now. And then we're going to pop the 3 wells on the bottom of each foot. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There. And then remember that draw: firewood, earth, water, metal, spirit, air. There you go. Now all your beautiful energy on the bottom of your feet It's going to begin tingling, and it's going to begin dropping little energetic tendrils to kind of reach in and really get deep into the earth. And you can feel it going deeper and deeper. You might even be able to see it in your mind's eye. These tendrils going down deep, deep, deep into the earth. We have a beautiful place we call the crystalline core at the center of the earth. And there's crystals and water and a little fire and a willow tree and all kinds of mystical beasts. And you choose to wrap some of your energetic tendrils around some of those beautiful crystals. And then through your intention, you say, I'm willing to receive the essence of all that is tangible. And that brings up all of the elements that you need, that you are. And so you imagine yourself jumping up through those tendrils and then landing in your body. And here you are. Now you're fully present. This is grounded. You're welcome. Okay, next. So inspired action comes from grounding. When you are in your purpose, you're fully in your field, as above, so below. When you're here, you have a better, more cognition-based understanding of what can take place physically for you. And it allows you to be where it is that you need to be. You're not going to keep pulling in, like when we set like an intention and we don't step into it right away. What happens is that we start to feel the disparity, the moving away from it. And so that feels like we have limits. So we make reasons that we haven't done it yet. And then we have to work through those reasons to get back to where it was that we originally wanted to be. And the whole time we could have just stepped into the intention and that would have been way easier. But, we have life. So inspired action allows you to know where you're at. Okay. So when you connect to the earth, you're going to feel like you're part of it. See how you feel like you're part of your experience right now? That is gold right there. I bet you're starting to feel maybe a little warm. Okay. So if you're feeling a little warm, it's time to move on to the next phase of this beautiful masterclass. All right. Okay. So we're going to clear. So this is how you would know if you have stuff with you. You see how it got warm for no reason? Like you might have been at a great temperature just a minute ago. If you're in your perimenopause or menopausal stages, you might think that it is hot flashes, but it's not. This is a direct indicator that your energy field is working twice as hard as it needs to because you have more than you in it. Boo. I want you guys to kind of really draw that in and understand that, okay? What you did was you pulled your own energy awareness back into your body. You connected it deeply into the earth. So you grounded you into your physical experience and your connection with your divine, all right? You brought them together. And now you can notice if you have stuff with you. This is the only way you could tell. You have to be connected that way. Otherwise, you're guessing. And you're usually guessing outside of you. You're saying, oh, the light's dim. That's why I don't feel good. That's not why. That's not why. Okay. The reason that you are not feeling good is a couple of things. One, it's a choice. And two, you probably have extra energy that you don't know what to do with. And I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you so that it gets easier for you. Okay. Now, remember, we're dealing in metaphysical beliefs. So I'm going to say spirit, I'm going to say demons, and I'm going to say bugaboos, and I'm going to say cosmic beings. And I'm just going to give out a lot of labels. Okay. But first, I want to give you a little premise behind it. All right. If you can name an energy with satisfaction, you can redirect it in the same way. All right. I can explain it better, but that is probably the most succinct way to say it. Right now, the world is in an entrainment. All right. So the entrainment works like this. Remember, we had introduced it before, right? And I had briefly mentioned what the entrainment is, but there was a gentleman who did a scientific experiment using a bunch of grandfather clocks. And so they were all different sizes and shapes. And he went ahead and he lined them all up and he swung the pendulums at different intervals because he noticed that they would all pull into one swing. Okay. And so he kept doing it. And he noticed that maybe one of them was the strongest. Okay. And that was the one that kept pulling the rest of them into its vibrational pull. Okay. It's entrainment. So that's what entrainment is. Right now, by you being in the class, we have created with our energy and awareness and intention an entrainment. This entrainment, we wish to connect to our divine. We wish to get grounded. We want to be clear, and then we want to be protected. So that's our entrainment. That's the reason that we've created the energy between us. That's our agreement. Okay. That's how you create intentional entrainment agreements. All right. The world is in an intentional entrainment agreement because it's being triggered by outside influences. We think the outside influences are what is causing us to feel and be where we're at. And that is not the case. All right. There is trauma in the world going on. And in this trauma, that trauma, as we look at it when we're not part of it, our old trauma gets triggered. So we're triggered by the new trauma because that's not okay. Okay. And then we're triggered by the old trauma and we think it's the new trauma that is the trigger, and it is not. When we look at something, we're looking at it from an experience. Okay. And we're in our own experience at the time. So until you're in that particular experience, it's all supposition. It's like, well, maybe this could happen. So the idea is to learn how to pull yourself out of the fear-based entrainment that's intentionally being created right now in the world. And this is how you do it. So you could tell that maybe some of you have pressure in your chest. All right. That lets me know that spirit is around, that there's a lot of spirit. Okay. It doesn't necessarily mean it's your loved ones and you're getting messages. We are shared energy. Consciousness is our energy. Consciousness is life force. That's what flows through us. We share it. We share it. We're spiritual. We're energetic. Whatever name it is that you wish to give to it. This is what we are. We're energy. All right. And when you pull your awareness away from your body, other energy comes in. And remember, you just pulled your energy back into your body, into your awareness. So you had critters helping you out. So we're going to help them out of your field. That's what we're going to do. All right. So I guess those are all the ways that you can kind of tell that something is there that maybe you don't necessarily want to have there. Here's another indicator. Let's say you wake up and, oh, yay, all green lights. I'm wearing everything and having a great time. And then, oh, I don't feel so good. First, I just want to let you know it's not you. It is not you in that moment. You were feeling perfectly fine. You were in alignment. You were doing everything right. Everything was awesome. And then all of a sudden, it was like night and day. That lets you know you have picked up more energy that you're trying to process through your experience. And that's basically what it is. Okay? Pardon me. All right. So here we go. All of you guys are starting to clear. So we're getting ready to do this. So when we do this, okay, what I would like for you to understand is that forgiveness for your ignorance, right, is key. That's key because none of us know any better until we come to the experience. So forgiveness, just a law of forgiveness. Okay. It isn't, oh, what I do wrong, I'm so bad. It's just like, oh, I just didn't know. And that's okay. Now I know. So now I have a tool. Now I can move forward. It's okay now. All right. So, first things first, this is another one of those, everything seems to be slightly meditative. All right. And again, it requires very focused intention. And so, what I'd like for you to do is to bring your focused awareness to your heart chakra or to your body center, okay, to your heart center. And by that, you're going to feel like you're pulling your energy into your body again. All right. And now you're going to go into a field. You're going to go into your own energy field. All right. And the reason that you're going to be able to do that is because you're bringing your own energy into your own body. And eventually it's going to push everything else out like a donut around you. Okay. There. So you could kind of feel that, right? Might get a little bit more ease if you take a breath. There you go. And then you want to push it out just a little bit so you have some room. Okay. Keep filling your body with your divine energy. Keep pushing out what doesn't belong to you. This is an easy way to clear your divinity out with everybody else. Okay. Easy peasy. Just like that through intention. All right. Let's say you still have things that feel like you're not content or comfortable or satisfied. All right. Those are nice indicators. What you're going to do is you're just going to close your eyes. And if the energy is swift and you could feel it or sense it, stand in the very center of it until it is around you, not pulling you. Okay. Because you're letting things go out of your field. Okay. So first things first, you'll just center and you'll ask inside of your body and you'll get all of your information up here. It'll come immediately. It could be a yes or a no. It could be an impression. It could be a color. And you're going to decide in that moment what it means to you. You personally will decide what it means to you because that's your definition. All right. So what we're going to do is you're going to use your mind's eye to picture things, to receive maybe audio messages or whatever. You can imagine anything you want up here, and whatever you get first, that is going to be your answer because we're going to go with really fast, distinct, intentional patterns. Okay. All right. So now we're all in our mind's eye. You guys probably feel like there's a band across here, or there's like a little TV monitor getting ready to play. Whether you can see or not, there is this sense that's happening, and that's perfectly fine. What I would like for you to do now is drop back into your heart chakra, into your heart center, right? See, you now know that you were in two different places. You were in your mind's eye, see, in your thoughts, and then we brought you down into your heart, into your sensory, but you're still here. So now you're in both places. That is optimal for clearing, okay? So you can close your eyes. You can ask inside of you, do I have anything inside of me? And if you get a yes, all right, you just say, step outside the vehicle and you will feel it. A lot of you have things that are coming out. All right, just let them step out. That's fine. Okay, and what we're going to do next, okay? Remember how you had to define your divinity before we started? Same process for them. We're not going to send them to our belief system. We're going to send all of this spirit energy to their belief system beyond the veil where all love exists. Okay. So we're just going to pretend that we're going to open up an archway. Okay. And we're going to fill it with all the things that we would love to be greeted with when we transition to the other side, right? Love, authenticity, gratitude, appreciation, joy, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, surrender. Oh, enough. Enough is a good one. All right. Okay. Now we're going to make an invitation. We're going to invite all spirit energy in need of transition to go to the light, go to the light, go to the light. You can say it out loud or you can use my command. Either is fine. And I'll say it again. All spirit energy in need of transition, go to the light, go to the light, go to the light. Ooh. And we'll just let all of those beautiful beings that have had a physical experience move into their spiritual ascension on the other side of the veil. They usually come because we ask for help. We ask for help a lot, right? We don't come with a manual that you can read that tells you if you make this choice, this is going to happen, or if you choose this solution, this is going to be your result. We don't have anything that tells us what's going to happen. We have to guess. We have to guess. And we call it choice and situation, choice and situation. And that'll ease a little bit for you. That'll ease in the way that you would like. All right. Now you're probably noticing that there is additional vibration around you. Now, maybe you have head pain or maybe pressure, but in any of these circumstances, we're going to consider this extra energy cosmic energy. Now, cosmic energy could be anything in the field of belief. So it's going to be any of the realm beasts or fantasy or galactic beings or light beings. Everything exists in our imagination, so it's real in our energy field. Do you understand? So what we're going to do is we're going to thank them. We're going to thank them for their service to us because they probably came because we asked. We didn't know, so we gave no direction. Our field just got really full. So we're going to look into that gratitude again. So drop into your heart chakra again. Okay. Oh, yeah, see? And then we're going to have all cosmic beings gather in front of us. We're just going to have them gather in front of us, every single one. And with the deepest amount of gratitude that you can muster, right? We're going to say, thank you for your service. You may go. And we're just going to clear and let that clear. All right. You might notice physical, exactly, right? So we have burping, sneezing, exactly. You might notice that you have a lot of clearing things that happen, and that's perfectly normal because you're clearing your physical field as well as your energetic field. All right. You're doing a great job. Okay. So now we've done cosmic beings, and I gave you a little bit about like why we end up with extra energy, right? Here's another reason. We'll ask for help. It might come in the form of an invitation. Like maybe somebody asks you, oh, hey, do you want to go on this Egyptian cruise? And then you're like, wow, I would really like to, but I can't afford it. I would have to do XYZ first. Maybe I'll think about it. Okay. And the answer you give is like, yeah, I think so. But your whole stuff isn't there. In that moment, you are asking, how am I going to get the money? How am I getting the time off? How am I going to put that together? Are they going to do the tickets? Am I doing the tickets? How is this all going to work? Now you're going into doing mode and you haven't made a decision yet. So you're pulling in information, all this information. You say, man, I just definitely need a little bit of help. And then they show up. Ancestors show up because they love you. Beings that are trying to get from this dimension to the next, they think you can help them because you're calling them. So they think you could hear them and see them. And some of you might be able to. And if you do, help them out. They're trying to help you. Same process. This last little bit of boogers, right? These are born of trauma, okay? And these are those demons that we wrestle with, like our own demons, okay? And what I would like for you to do, okay, is to maybe look at when you had maybe not the most traumatic event, right? Because sometimes we shut that out because it's just too painful. And maybe that isn't the right idea at the moment. You can go deep later, so come back to it and keep doing it, and you'll be able to get there. What I would suggest is starting with an age that you can remember easily and maybe an incident that wasn't so overwhelming, okay? And in this incident, it could be like tetherball, it could be foursquare, it could be all kinds of things. It could be maybe not going to the same place as all of your friends, or maybe not being able to buy something like your friends. It could be many different things. But I want you to bring that information forward for yourself right now, okay? All right. And because you made a decision that it wasn't a great experience, you created polarity in your field. All right. And polarity is where we guilt ourselves because we want something and we're told that we don't deserve it. Whatever. But those little traumas, they kind of add up. Okay. So, what we want to do with this particular energy is we want to, I'll give you a golden lasso. You just pick the golden lasso up. All right. Yes, it looks like Wonder Woman's lasso. I can't get over that. That's just what it looks like. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can. Okay. All right. So you just start swinging it. Okay. Swinging around like you're a really good cowboy, cowgirl, cow person. All right. You got it going on. You know what this lasso can do. All right. And I want you to imagine yourself rising into the air. Okay. Imagine yourself rising into the air, and the field that you're noticing around you is your life, and it's in one big square. Everything about your life is in this one big square. You get high enough to where you can see all four corners easily, all four corners. You keep swinging that lasso. And what I want you to do is I want you to face the back, okay, from the front. And then I want you to take the lasso and I want you to go to the far left corner and lasso that corner. Come up to the close right corner and lasso that corner. Go to the far right corner and lasso that corner. Come up to the close left corner and lasso that one. Now wrap it 3 times, that whole square. 1, 2, 3. Give it a great yank. Whoa. Now wrap it up as quick as you can in that golden lasso and cast it up to the God of your understanding. Cool. Cool. This is great. Excellent. So these are some of the clearing techniques that I use. All right. I have a bunch, but I wanted to share those because they're very poignant and they work really good. Now, what we did was we created an intention. We created a name or a label for what it was we wanted to let go of in our field that we were experiencing. All right. We went ahead and we created a method to be able to extricate it and release it. And then we can feel satisfaction because our energy comes back to us. That's why you're feeling the way you're feeling right now. Feels pretty good. All right. Sometimes when we do the clearing of the spirit energy and it goes into the light, if you have lost a loved one, you will feel the veil as it opens. And as the veil opens, you feel nothing but love. And that's what the overwhelming reciprocation is when we are in mediumship and transitioning them. But that's just a beautiful energy. All right. Okay. So I feel like we're all clear. Okay. And now we're going to go into protection. All right. So if you guys have any questions about the clearing or about the connecting or about the meditation, okay? Or anything that I've talked about so far. You could pop your questions in there if you would like as well. And then we can talk about those at the end of the broadcast. So we're coming close to the end. All right. And what we're going to talk about now is protecting. Remember, this whole class has been about intention and being focused and taking charge of your energetic field and making it the way that you would like it. You connected to the earth because it's easier to connect to that electromagnetic field instead of your phone or the computer or the Wi-Fi or the cable. And those are all electromagnetic fields as well. Okay? Choose where you want to plug in. It's important, right? Next, you learned how to pull in divine energy because you are divine. So you know your connection inherently, all right? And then you learned how to clear yourself, all right? I'm just going to do a there. Somebody missed something on the right side. Well, when I see it, I got to pull it. That's just how it is. Okay. So we did all of that through intention and connection to ourselves. What we're doing is we are developing trust that we are enough, that we can do this, that these are practices that are inherent to us, that we are the masters of our field, our energy field. Okay. So we're going to circle back to the God of your understanding. All right. And it's up to you how you wish to look at it. Okay. I always believe that there is something larger or greater than I am, and that I have experienced love from this field in such degrees that I know it exists. All right. I also know that I've only experienced love from that field. And I know that it wants only what's best for me. And it is a higher aspect of what I think our day-to-day is. Okay. That's probably the easiest explanation I can give for that connection. Well, in that connection, you're deciding where you're safe in your belief system. And that's good. Those are things that you need to do. Not necessarily separate yourself from everyone, but understand that you're already unique to yourself. And so your beliefs, even if you walk into the same religious temple or spiritual place, all right, no matter how the dogma or the practices are, you're still going to have your own way of looking at it and connecting to it. That's why it has to be you that connects you. That's why it has to be you that clears you. You have to determine what is wanted and what is not wanted in your field and your experience. So basically, what we learned was intention. The reason I'm spending a lot of time on that right now is because it's intention that will create protection for you. Okay? What do you want to protect? That's what I want to know. What do you want to protect yourself from? That's a great question. Okay. So you can't protect yourself from an experience because you're asking for an experience. All right. So everything you ask for is going to bring about contrast because you might not step into that intention right off the bat. Remember all the thought we pull in, right? And not all of it comes with inspired action. So we don't immediately step into that. Some of it's like out there for a minute. We put a pin in it. Okay. All right. Okay. So here you are right now. Okay. What would you like to protect yourself from or for? Really dial into that, because what you'll most likely ask for is for change. And you're in charge of change. So in order to protect yourself during that change, what what practices do you have in place that will keep you protected in your energy field and your awareness? Well, first, doing that connection exercise, that is really good because now you're bringing in divine energy. That's going to automatically start clearing you. Okay. Then you're going to ground into the earth, and Mama, Pachamama, ooh, Lord, she will take all your troubles and woes, everything. She will take it. That's why you drop it down to her. She will turn it into all the elements that you need. That's why you bring those back up into you. It's like this it's like this RO process, reverse osmosis, right? Okay? That's great. Now you're filling your field, and then you cleared it. You cleared it, okay? Now you know what alignment feels like. How do you protect that? Well, how I like to do it is I like to set up energetic boundaries. Energetic boundaries are the best for me. A lot of times we don't understand what boundaries really are. We think that they're rules for other people. So we make this rule. Somebody messes up, we get upset with them, and then we think we don't know how to set boundaries. Well, we don't know how to set boundaries. Here's how a good energetic boundary gets set. All right. Okay, so now you guys are all clear. So let's say you do this sort of practice in the morning, okay? And you don't have like 5 to 10 minutes to be able to like just dedicate to this practice. Go outside, stand in the grass barefoot, and then do the connect at the same time, and then clear, okay? Do all of that in that moment. It takes like maybe 2 minutes, okay? And then ask for more divine energy to surround you in a sphere, right? Okay. And it's going to be really protected and really beautiful. And you're going to fill it with all that love that you felt from the other side, right? Okay. All right. And then you're going to set an intention with that energy. Okay. You're going to say, okay, so I filled my little sphere and my bubble with unconditional love, compassion, some forgiveness, and a lot of fun and a lot of happy. Okay, great. Those are the people I want to meet today. Now you're setting your vibe. That's how you protect yourself. You set your vibe. If you're schleprock walking into work, then you're schleprock walking into work. Okay? You need to determine who you are, and that it will be what protects you. All right. You can set the energetic boundary. All right. And then see what happens. See who shows up. I would like to only meet people who smile at me and have nothing but nice things to say. And then see what happens. Just try it. It'll actually work. Okay. So that's my version for protect. All right. You need to know what it is that you're trying to protect. And really what it is that the clearing and the connection and the grounding, that's what clears your field. And that's how you protect it. You keep it cleared. Okay. And then you set energetic intentions around you to meet only the best kind of people in the highest vibrational offerings. And that sets the course of your day. And then you don't receive the attacks. You don't receive the other things because you've leveled up. Level up. Okay, so if any of you guys have any kind of questions, okay, I'm ready to answer those questions right now. So if you want to pop them in right there, I'd be happy to get them for you if you have any. And if you don't, I'm okay with that too. We are 6 minutes over time. Thank you. Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end the class. But if you would like I wrote at the very beginning, okay, I'm going to encourage questions and then write your questions into the comments. Okay. If you don't have questions, oh, cool. Oh, great. I'm so happy, Carlos. I'm happy. I'm good. I hope that you benefited from it greatly. I hope you benefited from it greatly. Yes. So what I'd like for you guys to do, right, is like take a couple of days, okay? Do some of the practices, see which ones work, make some your own. They get more powerful when you make them your own, okay? So if you like my take on this part, but you think that it might work better like this, that right there is going to be super powerful, okay? Because nobody's going to know your little mojo. And you are what is the most powerful equation. I mean, in your experience, right? So, okay. Anyway, if you guys go ahead and you put any kind of comments down here, I'll come back in like maybe a day or two and I'll start to answer them. And then because I know that people will watch it. So I'm really good with that. But I really like you guys for attending. Thank you so much. I didn't know how many people would come, and I feel really blessed and grateful. And I'm in so much appreciation for how many wonderful people are really moving forward with their life and mastering their energy. Thank you guys. You have a great night. I love you.